Hi, I'm Tess, and this is a regular yoga class that I have adapted to be prenatal friendly. Um, and it's really focusing on connection and connecting our breath to our movement. So, really linking the inhales and the exhales as we flow through the class so we can find this internal connection. And the magic lies within finding that connection between the movement and breath, because that's when we find some peace and some space and some presence in the mind. So it's kind of like the combination of the movement, the breath, and the mind to find peace. So, focusing on that connection, we're going to start in a nice, comfortable seat. So, whatever feels good to you, you could sit on a block if that's easier, or a blanket, just so your knees aren't up over your hips. So just start by closing your eyes, rolling your shoulder blades down your back, maybe taking your palm on your lower back, noticing if your spine is too arched or too curled, and try and find that nice in between. That nice, relaxed, flat back, but straight. Closing your eyes, palms resting on your legs, if that feels good. And just start noticing where your breath is in your body. Find your breath, connect to your breath. So much of the time we are not connected to our energy source, our life source that's constantly going on all day, all night. So let's connect to that. So find your breath in your body. And once you found your breath, I want you to start taking deep inhales through the nose and exhales through the nose. Maybe taking your hand on baby, feeling your breath fill the belly with the inhale. Belly expands all the way up through the chest, both sides of the chest. And exhaling, just letting it go out the nose. Inhaling, feeling the diaphragm lower, feeling the belly expand, filling up the body with breath as if you're filling up a pitcher with water. And exhaling out the nose. Doing a few more to your own breath and really connecting to your own. So not trying to connect to me or to anyone around you. If at any point in this class you feel like you're just trying to keep up with someone else's, my breath, come back to your own, because we don't want to lose that link between your own inhales and exhales and our movement or else our stillness. Sending nice, deep, peaceful inhales to baby. Maybe you have a little animal friend practicing with you today, giving baby love too. Good. So now that we've connected to our breath, let's flicker open the eyes, taking the hands on our legs. And then on our next inhale, reaching the arms up to the sky, looking up. And then exhaling, dropping that right hand to the earth, maybe removing your prop if you need to. Dropping that right hand to the earth, push away from the earth to find some length, and then reach that left arm up and over, opening the chest. Nice side body stretch on the left side. Maybe looking up and maintaining that nice steady inhale and exhale in through the nose, out through the nose. Maybe finding a little more space, but remembering not to collapse into that right rib. Finding that opening. Good. Inhale, reaching back up, looking up. Exhale, other side, bringing the left palm to the earth, pushing the earth away, finding length in the right side body and opening to the sky. Good. Really being intentional with your right fingertips. So not just letting the hand fall, but feeling the energy go all the way out. You'll get an even better side body stretch. Remembering to breathe. Good. And on your next inhale, look up, reach up, inhale. Exhale. We're going to do a nice gentle twist for prenatal. So let's bring the left hand to the right knee and use our right hand as a kickstand behind us. So really pushed into the earth as we just did through the fingertips. Inhale, find length. And then exhale without twisting the torso. Just twist the upper body a little bit, or just the neck and the chest. Maybe looking over that right shoulder. So a nice gentle twist, definitely not going as far as you normally would if you practice this before you were pregnant. Inhaling, exhaling to your own breath pattern. Good. On your next inhale, look up, reach up again. Find length through the spine, and then exhale other side. So bring the right hand to the left knee and then push those left fingertips into the earth. Find length, maintain that length, and then look over the left shoulder. Breathing. Maybe taking your hand to baby as you look over that left shoulder if it feels good. Remember, not forcing anything, nice and gentle. You'll still get what you need. Good. Your next inhale, you know where you're going. Look up, reach up. Exhale, interlace the palms and then flip them out as you round and curl like into a cat posture, like a little Halloween cat, looking towards the belly, getting a nice stretch in the upper back and shoulders. Maybe taking the knuckles out if that feels better. This kind of feels better for me. Get a little more of a shoulder stretch. Breathe. And then on your next inhale, flip the palms if you would flip them the other way and look up, reach up. Exhale, let the fingers fall down towards the earth. Good. Taking the hands to heart center. Letting the shoulders draw down away from the ears. Knuckles pressing into each other. So you're really joining both sides of the body, connecting. Connecting to your breath, connecting to baby, connecting to yourself, connecting to wherever you are, whoever you're with today. Good. One more inhale and exhale, in through the nose, out through the nose. Good. Let's roll forward into a tabletop and then just sit right back into child's pose. So take your big toes to touch, your knees as wide as your mat or as wide as you need to go for belly. And then inhale, find some length. Exhale, walk the fingertips out. Walk the hands out flat on the mat and let your forehead fall to the mat. Or if you need a prop anywhere, because you might be like, ugh, I can't get that low to the ground with belly right now. It's kind of how I'm feeling. Take a block under your forehead. Take a block under your sit bones or a blanket rolled up under here. Just do what feels good. Child's pose is an amazing pose to ground yourself, to really kind of get out of your mind. Come right to the breath, feeling your belly expand in between your thighs on the inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose, belly deflates. This is also a great pose for anxiety, just to connect to the earth, ground yourself a little bit if you get too much in your head. Maybe you roll your forehead back and forth on the ground or the block, giving your intuition, your third eye, a nice little massage. Find some stillness in the center. Coming back to your breath, getting out of the mind. Letting something go right now. Whatever it is you need to let go, let it go. You don't need it. Good. And on your next inhale, let's roll forward to tabletop. So the knees are pretty much under the hips, about hips distance wide. Hands are about shoulders width apart under your shoulders, or maybe like a handprint in front of your shoulders, just for a little more stability. Good. We're going to drop our belly, open our heart towards the front of the mat on the inhale for cow. Exhale, rounding and curling, pushing the mat away with the knees and hands. Looking towards the belly if you're not dizzy for cat. If that's too much to look that far, don't look as far. So don't look as far out or as far in. But if it feels good, just follow along, rounding and curling. And then inhaling, dropping the belly, opening the heart, rolling the shoulder blades down the back, cow. Exhaling, rounding and curling, cat pose. Inhaling, dropping the belly, looking out, cow. And then I want you to do a couple of these to your own breath. Again, focusing on you. Where's your breath in your body? How do you connect your movement to breath? Flowing through a few cat-cows. Getting that nice spinal flexion. Just a few of these a day just really helps, especially with that back during pregnancy. Good. If you want to get funky with it, let's start rolling the hips. So again, tuning into yourself, not trying to do exactly what I'm doing, just listen to your body, go in multiple directions if that feels good. Inhaling when you shift forward and exhaling when you shift back. Good. Nice little dancing line to get into those hips. Good. Let's come back to a tabletop, nice and steady, spreading the fingers wide, pressing into the knuckles. Let's shift our weight to our right hand as we lift our left palm up and open to the sky, opening to the left side of our mat with our hearts. And then exhale, making big circles. Inhaling up, exhaling around, maybe following your fingertips with your gaze for a little more intentional movement. Good. Taking a few big circles in one direction and then switching. Exhaling down, inhaling on the up, reach. Good. Do a couple more to your own body, as fast or as slow as you want. And then on your next inhale, look up, reach up. And then we're going to thread the needle. So bringing that left arm underneath the right, walking the right palm out, dropping the left temple on the mat. Getting a nice stretch in that left shoulder. And if you want a little more, you can walk your right fingertips up, push them into the earth, and then just open the chest a little bit to the right so you get more of a upper back stretch. Good, release. Take one more big inhale and exhale. And on your next inhale, press your right palm into the mat. Look up, reach up with your left. Notice the difference. Are you more open? And exhale, release. Good. Maybe take a cat-cow, kind of realign. And then over to the other side. So reach that right palm up and open to the right side and exhale. Do some circles. Starting in one direction, inhaling on the reach up, exhaling on the reach down. Almost like you're doing a dance with your breath. Good. Following your fingertips with your gaze. And then switching directions, exhaling down, inhaling up. And then on your next inhale, open up, reach the right hand to the ceiling or the sky again, and then exhale, bring that right hand underneath the left, palm on the ground, reaching, or back of the hand on the ground, reaching that left palm forward, dropping the right temple to the mat. Just getting a nice stretch in that right shoulder. Feeling the belly expand and contract with every breath. Again, if you want more, maybe walk those left fingertips closer to you. Push the earth away to roll the heart open, roll the chest open a little bit more to the left side. Good. Exhale, release. And inhale, sweep that right arm back up and open to the right. Palm out. Exhale. Tabletop. Good. Let's shift back and sit on our toes. If this is too much to fully sit on them, just play around. It's your practice. So you can kind of come in and out, play with pushing back into the feet using the hands. Or if it's not too much, Grab those little pinky toes, get them invited to the party, and then sit on your heels for a moment, feeling that nice stretch in your fascia of the foot, connecting to these parts of our body that sometimes we use so much and never really think about or think. So let's give the feet a nice stretch. Good. Exhale, release. Tap the feet out. Get the blood flowing back to those parts. And let's stretch our hands now. So rotate the fingertips so they're facing the knees. That feels good. And you can just kind of come up and down on the fingers. Get into the wrists. Maybe flip the backs of the palms, backs of the hands on the mat, fingers facing towards the midline, and then squeeze your hands into fists and then let it go. Again, coming back to your breath. If you're thinking too much about what you're doing, just come back to your breath. You're just moving your body parts, that's all. Good. Coming back to tabletop, let's inhale and exhale. Take our right leg and just shoot it back a little bit, coming to the ball of that right foot, and then just pull us back and forth. Get a nice little stretch in our calf, warm that up a little. Good. And then let's inhale and exhale. Take the left fingertips to the left corner or the top corner of the mat. Keep that right foot where it is. And then inhale, reach out, extend, sunbird. So you're really kind of connecting through the core here. So hug baby in and reach like someone's pulling you straight out from your arm and your leg. Less of an up, more of an out. Flexing that back right foot, reaching through those left fingertips. Good. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Do a curl, rounding and curling the left knee to right knee, or left elbow, right knee. Inhale. Reach out and exhale. Slowly come back to tabletop. Good. Other side. So let's start by taking that left leg straight out behind you and just rocking back and forth on the ball of that foot. You hear me breathing still, nice ocean breath through all of our movements, even when we're not specifically linking inhales and exhales, constantly breathing through. Good. Let's inhale and exhale. Reach the right fingertips to the top corner of the mat. Keep the left foot where it is. And then inhale, reach the right fingertips out in front of us. Is extend like someone's pulling that left leg, flexing the left foot out. Sunbird. This is such a good connecting through the core. It's this balance. It's this control all through the midline. Good. Inhale, find some more length, and then exhale. Rounding and curling, right elbow, left knee. If you wobble, who cares? It's fine. Your brain's working. Go. Inhale, reach. Exhale, release. Tabletop. Good. Let's sit back on our heels for a moment. Maybe hold baby. Shoulder blades draw down the back, shoulders away from the ears. Take a big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Let it go. Oh, yeah. Open the eyes if you had them closed. Taking the hands behind you, fingertips facing the back of the mat, and then just push the mat away for a nice, gentle heart opener. Little baby back bend. Looking up. Good. Exhale. Come back up through center. And we're going into down dog, baby. So press the palms wide into the earth. Come onto the toes and then push back, hips to the sky. And obviously, during our pregnancy, our belly is getting bigger. So let's adjust how we need to here. So take the feet as wide as you need to. Normally, you're probably hips distance apart, but take them a little wider. There we go. Bending into the knees, so maybe pedaling out the feet, especially if this is your first down dog of the day. It's mine, so it's really, really tight calves. So pedal them out as you inhale and exhale. Good. And then try to find some stillness, pressing into your hands as much as your feet. If you're falling too far into the shoulders, shift a little bit forward so you have a little more stability. Bend through the knees and imagine a line of energy going from the top, the crown of your head, all the way through your tailbone. So you might really need to bend your knees for that to happen. Breathe. And then imagine your tailbone going towards the sky. Good. Exhale, look towards your hands and slowly, with a nice wide step, walk your hands up, walk your feet up to meet your hands, forward fold. Whew. And sometimes down dog when you're pregnant in prenatal classes might need to be held for a little less amount of time because you find yourself getting dizzy if your head's kind of down below your heart, more so when you're pregnant for some people. So again, you might need to do that for less time. And in forward fold, maybe you use a block so you're not completely letting it go, because I mean, I'm a little dizzy right now. So bending your knees, forward fold, feet wider than normal. Good. Maybe playing with letting the head and neck go, shaking it yes and no. And then if you're feeling dizzy, coming back. It's kind of like a halfway lift where we're at now. So let's go deeper into that halfway lift, or I should say come up more. So reach the chest forward, reach the head and neck forward. Imagine a nice straight back from the crown of your head to your tailbone. Inhale. Exhale, release, forward fold. And then slowly pressing through the feet. So kind of leaning back a little bit, bending into the knees, pressing into the feet as we roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Tadasana, mountain pose. Good. So let's take a moment here. Pressing through the four corners of the feet, shoulders draw down away from the ears, hands either out, facing out, or by your sides. Nice little bend in the knees. Feeling strong. Taking your hands to heart center. Pressing your knuckles into each other, joining yourself together as one, connected. Maybe taking one hand to your heart, one hand to baby. Rocking a little bit on the ankles. Ooh, got a nice little pop. Getting a nice little stretch in the ankles. Coming back to mountain pose. Good. Let's inhale, reach the arms up. And let's take that right wrist in our left hand and then take a nice opening here. Nice side body stretch on the right side. Pressing through the feet and finding length before we open. Good. Inhale back to center. And exhale, other side. So take the left wrist in the right hand, pushing down through that left foot, grounding, finding length, and then opening. Good. Stay here. One more breath. Good. Exhale, release, hands to heart center. So we'll flow through a couple sun salutation A's, Surya A's. And this is where you really need to modify in prenatal, because a normal sun salutation will just probably not work for you for very long. So I'll show you what we do here, or what I have been doing recently here. So let's inhale, look up, reach up. Exhale, feet are a little wider than hips distance apart, bending through the knees, forward fold. Using our blocks again if you need to. Feels good. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Nice flat back. And exhale. Bring your palms to the mat. Quickly step back into plank and then drop your knees for modified plank. Good. Inhale here. And then exhale. Drop back into child's pose. Inhale. Maybe take a little heart opener and then exhale, down dog. Good. So instead of your full-blown plank chaturanga to cobra or up dog, it's just a nice little flow through child's pose, protecting the abdomen and not overdoing it in the back. Remember, bending into your knees and down dog. Inhale, look toward your hands. Exhale, walk up toward the hands, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift as all the blood rushes to your head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, pushing through the feet, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center, Tadasana, mountain pose. Good. So really linking your breath to your movement. And as we do this a couple more times, now that you know where you're going, I want you to really follow your own movement and your own flow through our Surya A's. Good. Let it out the mouth if you need to. Good. Let's go again. Bending into the knees. Sweep the arms up. Look up. Reach up. Inhale. Exhale. Forward fold. Bending through the knees. Coming down through the midline. Letting the head and neck go. Inhale. Halfway lift. Using those blocks. Exhale. Plant your palms. Step back. Plank. Lower down. Modified plank. Inhale. Exhale, take the knees wide, come back, child's pose. Inhale, shift forward for maybe a little heart opener, and then exhale, flipping the toes, down dog. Taking a few breaths in down dog. Maybe looking forward if that helps with the dizziness. One more inhale. Exhale, walk up to the hands, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reaching the head and neck long, tailbone long. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, pushing through the feet, reaching up. Exhale, hands to heart center, Tadasana. Notice how you're feeling. Notice if there's any parts of this flow that you might not like and how you might want to adjust, or if it's too much and you just want to sit back in a child's pose, do that. Just keep connected with your breath. Good. Let's do it one more time to really find that personal connection. Bending into the knees. Inhale, look up, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Bending in through the knees, coming down through the midline. Inhale, press into the blocks or your shins, halfway lift. Exhale, step back into plank to modified plank. Inhale here. Exhale, press back, child's pose. Inhale, shifting forward for a little heart opener. And exhale, down dog. Good. Take some big breaths in this down dog. And when you're ready, inhale, look towards your hands. Exhale, come back up, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, bending into those knees, remember. Inhale, pressing through the feet, maybe taking your hands to your hips this time. Coming up, Tadasana. Beautiful. Hopefully that flow feels energizing to you, that you can really connect with the inhales and the exhales. And maybe you realize you're out of your mind for a second. Not out of your mind crazy, but not totally thinking too much in your head. Just present in the movement, in the breath, in the body. Good. When you're ready, let's take a big open to warrior two. So take that left foot back. The side of the left foot is parallel to the short end of the mat. So we'll start with the feet. So pressing equally between the feet. The right toes are facing the top of the mat. Let's hug the muscle to the bone here. So gather all your strength. Hugging, 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 and then draw everything to the midline. So let's connect up through our feet, up through our legs. Hold it here, hold it where baby is. Give baby a nice hug with your core. Inhale. Maintain that strength. Exhale. Find some lightness. So your right knees over your ankle or a little more towards you. Shoulder blades draw down the back. Chest is open to the left side of the mat. Intention through the fingertips. Energy. So this balance of strength and lightness that we can carry with us always. Good. Let's inhale, flip the front palm. Take the left hand on your left leg, reverse warrior. Good. Inhale back, warrior two. Exhale. Good. Inhale, let's sweep the palms up, dancing warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, warrior two. This is your little breathing dance. Inhale, look up, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. Beautiful. Let's flip that front palm. Do one more reverse warrior. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg, triangle. Exhale. Inhale, reach the right fingertips out, out, out as far as you can. Drawing that right hip back. And then exhale, release the right palm onto the right shin or a block. Reach the left arm up, open left side. Opening the heart. Good. Doing a lot of heart openers today where we can to be open to that connection to ourselves, to our breath, to baby. Good. Trying to find a little micro bend in the knees, so not completely locking out the joints. Beautiful. Maybe reaching the arm out in front of you, that left arm, if it feels good, coming back, looking forward. One more breath. Good. On your next inhale, press into the feet. Come back up, triangle. Rotate that right foot towards the left side of the mat. Good. Take your hands to your hips, shoulders, draw down the back. Inhale, look up. Exhale, folding forward. Good. Maybe bending to either side if it feels good. Using your blocks if you need to. Good. Breathing. Good. Let's rotate that right foot back to the front of the mat, taking the hands with you, rotating the left foot, stepping up, forward fold, and then inhaling, pushing all the way up to stand. Good. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So opening up to warrior two on the left side. I'm going to come over here to show you. So this time, taking our right foot back, the long end of the foot is parallel with the short end of the mat. And then bending into our left knee. Good. Hugging the muscle to the bone, drawing everything to the midline. Maintain that strength right there in your core where baby is. Inhale. And then find some length. Good. Warrior two. So there's almost this like hip rotation of that right hip in towards the midline. And then this external rotation of the left hip. But then opening the chest still to the side of your mat. Good. Breathe. Flip the right palm, flip the front palm, the left palm, reach up, exalted warrior. Letting that right palm fall back on the right leg. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Dancing warrior. Let's do it. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Look up, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. Everyone's dancing warriors are different. That's why they're beautiful. Inhale, look up, reach up. Exhale, release. Maybe cross your arms the other way this time. Look up, reach up. Inhale, exhale, warrior two. Good. Flip that front palm again. One more exalted warrior. And then exhale, warrior two. Inhale, triangle pose. So straightening the front leg without locking it out. Exhale. Inhale, reach those left fingertips out to the top of your mat. And exhale, let the left palm rest either on the left shin or a block behind you. And then reach the right arm up. Good. Trying not to lock out those knee joints again, so finding a micro bend in your knees. Pressing through that back foot, that right foot, to find length, maybe reaching the right arm up and over your head, feeling that amazing side body stretch down the right side. Inhale, reach back up. Take a breath. Good, such good strength. And on our next inhale, push through the feet, come back up, triangle. Exhale, rotate the left foot to the right, point in the same direction as the right. Take your hands on your hips. And this time, instead of going into a forward fold right away, let's rotate the toes so they face the outside corners of the mat. Beautiful. And coming into goddess pose, imagine like pointing the tailbone straight into the earth. So instead of flexing out, just point it straight down. Good, bending into your knees, taking the shoulder blades down your back, maybe doing a little bit of this, bending into the elbows. Doing your peace fingers. Good. Inhale, straighten the legs, look up, reach up. And on the exhale, we're going to bend down and hug baby. Good. Inhale, push into the earth, look up, reach up. Exhale, hug baby. Coming back to your breath if you're thinking too much. Inhale, look up, reach up. Just a nice little dance. Exhale, hug baby. Couple more times to your own rhythm. Inhale. Exhale. Sending baby your breath and your love. Inhale. Exhale. So good. Inhale one more time. Exhale. Star pose. Pointing your toes towards the long end of your mat. Hands out wide. Hands on your hips. Exhale. Inhale. Taking a little opener. And exhale. Bending at the hips. Forward fold. I really love bending side to side in this forward fold through my pregnancy using the blocks. So do that if that feels okay to you. Or you could do some gentle twists. So taking the right hand down in front of you on your block and then opening up a little to the left. Good. Exhaling, switching sides. So planting your left palm in front of you. Taking a breath, inhaling only up on your breath. Nice gentle twist. Exhale, release. Good. Rotate back towards the front of your mat. Step your back foot up to meet the other. Forward fold. Inhale, pressing the feet into the mat as we slowly rise vertebrae by vertebrae. All the way up. Shoulder blades down the back to Tadasana. Hands together in heart center. Find your presence, find your moment, find your heartbeat under your chest. Or take your hand to baby, one hand to baby, one hand to heart. Ooh, felt a little kick. Hi, baby. Coming back to your steady breath. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Good. taking time here for yourself, not rushing on to the next thing, not thinking about what's next, just being right here with you, your baby, your body, your breath, and your mind, everything one. Take one more inhale through the nose and we'll exhale through the mouth to let it go. Inhale. Exhale. Make a noise if it feels good. Good. All right, coming into tree pose. Stay at the top of your mat, just coming here to show you. Shift your weight to your right foot in your Tadasana, your mountain pose. So shift your weight to your right foot and then play with bringing your left foot either as a little kickstand next to you on the inside of your right calf or on the inside of your right thigh. You can use your hand to help you. And again, you could play with this. It doesn't need to be perfect. Just see how your balance is today, and wherever it is, meet it there. It's fine. Who cares? Taking your hands back to heart center, joining those two sides of the body, Anjali Mudra. Beautiful tree pose. If you fall out of it, that's fine. Come right back to it. Come back to a different way than you were doing it. Just try things. Just play. You can play and do yoga, not take yourself so seriously. Good. If you really want to challenge your balance, you can reach your tree limbs up to the sky. Breathe. Good. If you fall, come back. And on your next inhale, well, first exhale, bring your hands back to heart center. Good. And on your next inhale, take that left leg out to a 90 degree in front of you. And then pendulum, exhale. Stepping back, high lunge. Good. Just try as much as you can to do that as smoothly as you can, but our balance is off when we have this happening. So just try. So starting in our high lunge, let's bend, taking our stance a little wider first between our feet. Bend into that back knee. Good. And then bend into the front knee. And then inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky and maybe play with straightening that back leg. Good. Back thigh towards the back of the mat. Shoulder blades down the back. Maybe taking that left wrist in your right hand and opening up. Drawing the wrist towards the right side body. I love that stretch all the way down through the hip flexor. Good. Inhale back to center. And then exhale, drop the hands down, grab your blocks. We're coming down to a low lunge. So drop the back knee, let the top of the back foot fall on the mat, crawl up to the right knee. Good. Face that tailbone straight to the earth, and then shift forward a little bit. Feeling that nice stretch in that left hip flexor. Breathe. Good. Take your blocks, and I want you to go on the inside of that right foot. So both hands on the inside of the right foot. Low lunge, and we're going to inhale, open our chest, shift forward. Exhale, coming to the heel of the right foot. Shifting our hips back, half split or half monkey. Flexing those toes. Inhale, walk the blocks back in towards inside of the right foot. Open, look out. Exhale, shifting back. You can frame your leg this time. Half split. Sending those hips backwards. Inhale, low lunge. If this is a lot on your knee, you can put your blanket under your knee or fold your mat. Exhale, half split. And do a few more of these to your breath. This is one of my favorites during pregnancy. So it really gets into those hips and the backs of the legs. My calves get so tight. So really flex that foot and try and pull it towards you on your exhale and inhaling. Good. A few more. Good. One more inhale. Come back to center. My hips cracking. Good. You can release your blocks or keep them on a low setting or wherever feels good. Walk that right foot out towards the edge of your mat and then come to the edge of the right foot. And then you can open a little towards that right knee. Maybe take the right hand to the right knee and then just press open a little gently. Opening up to the right. Good. It's a little intense for me today, so I'm going to take it back. And then draw that right foot back, tabletop. Take a little cat-cow. And come into child's pose for a moment. I don't know about you, but I'm getting a lot more winded during pregnancy than I normally am, which is totally normal. There's a lot more blood circulating through the body. So we're doing a lot of work here. That's why taking moments like this is so important. Finding the breath, calming the mind. When you're resting your third eye or your forehead on the earth or on your hands or wrists, any object around the block, it kind of signals your intuition, signals your mind to just take a break, calm down for a moment. You can even massage it again, rolling back and forth. Good. All right. Still got another side to do, so let's do it. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, flip the toes, push back, down dog. Stay here for a breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, look towards your hands. Walk those feet in a nice wide walk up to your hands, forward fold, bending the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, push the feet into the earth as we root to rise all the way up. Extended mountain pose. Exhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. Good. We'll set up for tree round 2. So this time, in our mountain pose, you can start with your hands on your hips again. Shift the weight into our left foot and then bring our right foot either as a kickstand right next to it. This is perfect if you want to stay right here on the inside of your left calf or all the way up on the inside of your left thigh. You can use your hand to help. And just use the force of your foot and your leg pressing against each other to find a little more stability. So this connection, this drawing the muscles in, drawing baby in, protecting baby. Just avoid your knee. Don't really press on your knee with your foot. Good. Hands to heart center, tree pose. Wherever you are, honor it. If you fall out, come back to it. Don't worry about it. Play. Find your breath. Good. If you want to extend your tree, extend it. Or maybe switch it up. Could do another heart opener. So interlacing the palms behind us near our tailbone. We draw them down towards the earth as we look up. Again, our center of gravity, our balance is really thrown as our belly grows. So forgive yourself a little bit if you don't feel, as normal in everyday movements or yoga. That's the beauty of it. Just adapting. Good. Bring your hands back to your heart center. I'm going to come meet you here at the top of the mat. Inhale, bring that right knee out. Really try and balance here. Flexing the right foot. We have one foot. And exhale, shifting like a pendulum at the hips. Drawing that right foot back. Planting it down behind us. Maybe widening our stance. So walking our left foot out a little bit. Our hips are facing the front of the mat. Like if we had little eyes on our hips, they would be facing forward. Front of our hips, good. Bending into that back knee to start. front knee's not over your ankle. Or too far forward. It's either over your ankle or just behind it. Can you tell I'm winded? Good. That means we're building stability and flexibility. The perfect combination during pregnancy. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up. Maybe straightening into that back leg. Breathe. High lunge, crescent lunge. Grabbing your right wrist in your left hand, maybe drawing it over towards the left side for a nice right side body opening. Good. Inhale back to center, look up, reach up, or look forward. One more inhale. Exhale, take it down. Woo! I need to. Grab your blocks. Good. And then walk your hand up to the left knee. Face that sit bone or face that tailbone straight to the earth. So it's not completely a tuck, but it's like a little bit of a drawing down. So you don't need to bend as far into this lunge. Good. You feel that in your right hip flexor. That's perfect. Then maybe sink a little lower if it feels good. Breathe. Awesome. Grab your blocks, take them to the inside of that left foot. So maybe you walk that left foot a little out towards the left side of the mat. Stay here for a moment. Notice how that feels. If you notice, you have a lot more fluids happening when you're pregnant. So I've had to blow my nose a few times. Allergies and pregnancy combined. All right, but that's okay. So we're in our low lunge with our blocks. Again, they're both on the inside of our left foot. Normally when we're not pregnant, we're framing that foot, but then we need room for the belly right now. So it's kind of nice. Even when I had like a really small belly and I wasn't as big as I am right now, it still felt good to just like widen the hips a little more. Good. Inhale, look out, open the heart, bending into that low lunge. Exhale, flipping up onto that left heel, pointing the left toes towards the sky, drawing the hips back. Half monkey. Inhale, shifting forward, low lunge. And then come into your nice little dance. So whatever feels good. Just following your inhales and exhales, please find that connection. And then you find yourself as you're doing this, totally and completely in the moment. Inhaling, exhaling, feeling that nice stretch in the back of the leg, really flexing your foot towards you. Draw that left hip bone back. Good. Inhaling, doing a few more to the beat of your own breath. Good. Coming back on your inhale to low lunge. Walking that left foot out a little bit more to the edge of the mat. Rolling the knee out and open, rolling towards the, the edge of your foot, edge of your left foot. And then play with opening the heart towards that left knee if it feels good. This kind of feels like a lot to me sometimes, but it also feels good. So it's like that double-edged sword. Good. Come back to center. And this time, I want you to walk that left foot over to the right hand. Drop the knee to the mat. Draw that right leg all the way back. And then coming up on your hands first. Maybe take a block as some support on your hip. Inhale, open the heart. And stay here if you really like this front body stretch. Or you can come down to pigeon. So this pose has always been something that's been a challenge for me because I have tight hips. And honestly, that relaxin hormone that's running through our bodies during pregnancy, I haven't really noticed in pigeon pose that it's really giving me, any more space, which is good. We need to build our stability and not just fully overstretch with that relax and going through our bodies. So coming into your pigeon, maybe you have a block where your head is, maybe you're all the way down. You're like, oh, feels so good. Okay. So land where you land and notice where your hips are. Are you dropping too much to one side? Try and square your hips to the earth. Again, maybe taking a little block underneath that left butt cheek. And just breathing. So during this practice, we've connected our movement to breath the entire time. And now let's come back to the stillness with the breath. We can use our breath in moments of stress, frustration, and just be knowing everything is temporary, coming back to our breath to get us through it. Feeling the belly expand. My belly's touching my lower calf now, so that's a pretty cool thing as baby grows to feel that. Breathing into the tightness. As long as you're not in any pain, try and challenge yourself to stay. With every exhale, finding some space, trusting your body to open up. We're going to have to trust our body a lot during our pregnancies. So why not start now? Good. One more inhale and exhale. And on your next inhale, slowly walk those hands back up towards your hips. Take a nice stretch. And then exhale, draw that left foot over to meet the right tabletop, and then come back into that calf stretch. So maybe extend the left foot coming on the ball of the left foot and just press forward and back, letting that blood run through the leg again. Good. Tabletop. Inhale. And then exhale. Take the right knee this time. We're doing pigeon on the other side, of course. Taking the right knee under the right wrist. Letting that left leg just kind of slide backwards and then coming up. So squaring off the hips towards the front of the mat, leveling them off. Opening the heart, inhaling, and then exhaling. Letting it go. Going to where you need to be. Maybe this side's completely different. Honor that. Who cares? We're not robots. We're humans. We're not supposed to be the same on both sides of our body. We're all one. Our body is all the same thing. So we don't need to separate it into sides as much as we do. Good. Notice if your hips are falling towards one way or the other and adjust. Letting your head rest on something if you want to give your mind a little more of a break, even though this is a hard one to get through for some people, like myself. It helps when I rest my mind, rest my head on something. Come to your breath. Go to the sensations in your body. With every exhale, just breathe into them. Notice them. Trying not to run away from them in fear, but go towards them with loving breath. Softening a little bit with each exhale. Remember, you're not here forever. Everything is temporary. Everything hard that you might be going through or challenging, it's temporary. Just remind yourself that. Take a deep breath. Let it go. Letting your muscles relax with every exhale. Trusting yourself and this connection you've built to yourself and your breath. Couple more. Good. And on your next inhale, slowly lift the head. If it was lowered, walk up with the hands to your hips or closer to your hips. Inhale, open the heart. And then exhale, remove the block if you had it under your right hip and just fall over to your right hip. Bring that left foot around to meet the right in front of you. We're going to come into a little Baddha Konasana or butterfly. You can either go close up towards the hips if that feels good to you. I like to kind of give myself a little more space so it's more of a diamond shape in between. Inhale, rolling towards the front of those sit bones, and then exhale, rounding and curling, letting it go, letting the head and neck go if that feels good. If that's making you too dizzy, just look straight out. Feeling ourselves completely slowing down. But still riding that ocean breath. Allow yourself to be here maybe a little longer than you normally would without rushing to the next thing. Maybe looking down towards baby. What a crazy, crazy experience to have. Good. On your next inhale, maybe slowly come up, massaging the calves with your hands on the way. Let a big breath out your mouth. Give your calves a little more love. They need it. And then let's splay our feet wide for a wide leg seat. Wonderful. Flexing the toes, flexing the feet towards the sky, removing that flesh from under the butt. You know it's there, baby. Rolling towards the front of the sit bones. Inhaling, pushing the earth away. Finding length in the spine. And then you can either stay here or shift forward with a flat back, using your blocks as your best friends. Keeping those feet flexed. So this is a stable stretch, a activated stretch. Sometimes if we stretch passively by letting our feet go and just fully go for it, that relaxin hormone in our body might cause us to overstretch. And we really need to build that stability in our pregnancy because we're going to need that strength in our legs during labor. But also having that a little bit more flexibility is good for the hips and the legs too. We won't overdo it. Good. Leading with your chest. Maybe you take some sweeps. So inhaling and exhaling with your hands side to side. Might feel good in the low back. Or another little yoga dance. Good. Coming back to center or keep moving and just being here. If your mind wanders, come to the breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. On your next inhale, if you were folded forward a bit, walk up. And then bring your left heel in towards your pubic bone. We're going to shift our chest over towards our right leg. So see how tall I'm seated? I'm not over here like this. Inhale, find length in the spine. So there's just Growing length all the way to the crown of your head, flexing that right foot. Inhale again if you're still there. And exhale, then crawl, leading with your chest, just like we did in our wide leg forward fold. Down over that right foot, maybe grabbing the foot if it feels good. Letting that belly just kind of fall on the inside of the leg. Not trying to reach with your chin, just have the chin nice and neutral. Beautiful. Slowly walk the hands back up towards your hips on the inhale. Exhale, let it go. The energy falling into the earth. Inhale, drop that left hand back kind of behind you. And exhale, push up with the hand and the foot into the earth and open into stargazer. So using that knee to push into the earth as well. Finding that side body stretch. And exhale, following the fingertips with the gaze. Coming back to center. Good. Let's switch. So this time, take that right heel in towards your pubic bone. Shift your chest over to the left leg, flexing the left toes towards the sky. Inhale. Finding that length, maintain the length. Exhale. Maybe folding forward. Again, noticing if this side's different. It always is for me, and that's okay. So long I've been fighting with my body because one side or one hip is totally different than the other, and it's messed with my mind for years. And then realizing, wait, this might not last forever, one. And two, it's okay if it's not exactly the same as my right side. It's okay. Like, what's wrong with that? Just try and do whatever you can to make yourself feel better, feel good, and it's okay if it's different. Good. Couple more breaths. Slowly walk the fingertips back up towards the hips whenever you're ready on your inhale. Exhale, let it go. Take an inhale, drop that right hand behind you a little bit. Push up with the right knee. Push into that foot. Stargazer. Lovely, lovely side body stretch. Take one more breath. And then exhale, following the fingertips with the gaze. Good. Taking the legs out in front of us. Maybe wiggling out the feet, wiggling out the legs, rolling the ankles, rolling the wrists. Beautiful. Shift your butt up towards your heels a bit. Plant your feet on the earth. And then let's slowly come down. So instead of maybe coming down with our hands, raised up, that might put too much pressure on your abdomen. It might, work for you, but I kind of just like to come down nice and easy at this point. Good. We won't be on your back for long. Just going to do a bridge. So draw the shoulder blades under. Walk your heels to meet your butt a little bit more. Inhale. And then exhale. Push the hips up to the sky. Maybe interlace the hands underneath your tailbone. Push, 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 push. Gentle bridge. Exhale, release. Good. Let's roll over onto our left side. And then bending the knees a little bit out in front of us at a 90-degree. Resting the head on our arm. Take that right top of the foot in your right hand and just get like a nice little stretch. in the thigh. Good. Release. And then you can roll over to your other side. I'm going to go this way so you can see me. Resting your right side of your head on your top of your right arm. Taking the knees out, bent in front of you. And then I'm grabbing that top of the left foot in your left hand. Give me one more opening. Good. Inhale. Exhale, release. Good. And you can stay here on your right side, but if it feels better, we can shift back over to our left. Should have done that the opposite way so we didn't have to move again. But stay if you want to stay. I mean, they recommend lying on the left side during pregnancy. So we'll meet here, setting up for Shavasana. Use your blankets and blocks. If that feels good, maybe a blanket folded up in between the knees. Keep your head rested on your arm. Or you can use a bolster, a block, whatever feels good. Just coming back to a steady breath, closing the eyes, letting the body rest. And just thinking about the connection you built during this practice between your breath, between your movement, which helped find presence in the mind, presence in the moment, just by that simple link. Take some time to acknowledge baby and the connection you always have there. Always, always, always. And just stay here for a few minutes in silence, relaxing every part of your body, all the way up to your scalp, your forehead, your tongue, your eyeballs, all the way down to your feet and your toes. Body's fully relaxed and heavy, supported by the earth. You can fast forward or pause the video and stay here for 3 to 7 minutes or longer. When you're ready, slowly coming back to the breath. You're really wiggling your toes and your fingers, maybe taking a big stretch. And then slowly using your front hand to push up, keeping your eyes closed or a nice soft open gaze. Maybe sitting on your blanket, find a comfortable seat of your choice, cross-legged, if you wish. Or you could sit on your knees on a block. That feels good. Take your hands to your legs. We'll do one more Om or one first Om for our final connection of the practice, the universal sound. Take an inhale and an exhale. And on our next exhale, we'll Om together. Inhale. Om. Take a big inhale, exhale, let it go. Bring your hands to heart center. Thanking yourself. And I thank you. The light in me reflects the light in you. Namaste. And take this connection between your body, your breath, your mind, your baby with you for the rest of the day, the rest of your pregnancy. And know you can always come back to an energetic flow, a really slow flow, simple just breathing, meditation, simple movements whenever you need to come back to yourself in the moment.